Howdy guys, welcome back to another video, and I've had this video in mind for a while. This is video number 4, I think, of what I'm doing today. So y'all will see this on Friday or Saturday. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. Well, I probably do remember, but I'll get it right. I'll work it out whenever I get it uploaded. So y'all will see it then. Anyway, going to review this today. I had this idea for a while, like I said, and I don't have a tripod. I can't find my tripod. So this video is going to be very bad now. It's going to be different than what I had intended. I was going to put the tripod right here and film right here while I was talking about the Leatherman and stuff, you know. And that's not going to happen today, obviously. So with that said, let's get on to the review of the Leatherman Wave. Do I leave that in or do I redo it? I'll sure just go with it at this point. So like I said earlier, I don't have my tripod, so this will be a little bit harder to make, but I'll still make it the way I wanted to. I bought this Leatherman about a year ago or so, maybe a little earlier than that. I'm not real sure. But I've gotten my use out of it. As you can tell, it's been used and, you know, worn in a or put in a pocket for a while. It's obviously been paid. It's obviously worth its weight, you know. It's about $100, you know, which, you know, is a little high, but considering the quality that you get, you know, I don't think that's that bad. Just me being me. So let's start out with just looking like what utensils do you get? You obviously get a serrated edge blade, which I only use for opening packages or doing, you know, tough stuff. I don't use the main blade for anything other than, you know, delicate cutting. Like, you know, if you were whittling and you wanted to make a specific thing, you know, you could use it. But this, and I do most of the brute force cutting, like cutting rope, cutting line, braid, opening packages, maybe some big tree limbs need to be cut or something, and I don't need to use a saw. I'll use this thing. You can see it's been used quite a bit from where I've had it, and I cleaned it up there the other day, so it still looks a little, it's scratched up, but it's not dirty like it was. So with that piece out of the way, we'll go on to the other side, and I'm doing this one-handed, which is not optimal, but, you know, it is what it is. This is the file, and this is actually a diamond file, so you can use it to file metal. And I have used it to file metal, you know, recently. That's why it's got some marks on it, you know. But I mainly use this for, like, fingernails. Like, if you need to, like, after you clip, like, the way I do it, I don't know if anybody else does it, you clip your nails and you file it just to smoothen it out. That's what I use that for mainly. But it also has a cross-thread wood file, I think, on the other side. I think it's a cross-thread wood file. If it's not, let me know in the comments if you're a Leatherman person. But that's really good if you need to smooth something out, like maybe if you didn't want to use the knife and you needed to smooth out like a plastic pipe to make it fit in a fitting better. You know, you could use this or this, you know, to smoothen it out, and that's what that is mainly used for me. So now we'll get into the saw blade, and I mean this review is my review, so I'm showing y'all how I use it. I'm dropping it like crazy. I'm sorry, but this is how I use it. Obviously it's a saw for cutting wood, and it's crazy good for cutting wood. Like anytime that you're just out and about, like in the woods, and you need to clear a trail, or you're riding a four-wheeler and you got like a tree in the trail that's not too big, hop off, grab your Leatherman, saw it away, and you're good to go. And also the other day, my cousin was putting in a vanity, and he needed to cut a piece of wood to get to the vanity, or get inside the vanity better. And I just gave him my saw, and he went ahead and hacked away at it, and this thing's still razor sharp, even though it's been used a lot. I mean, it has been. I've used this quite a bit for trees, obviously, like I said, in a trail or something, you know. But the teeth are crazy on it, and it's still, even after being used quite a bit, it's still just, you know, sticky sharp. It's crazy. So now we'll get on to the main part, which is obviously the pliers themselves. Obviously very useful. Always good to have a pair of pliers with you, whether it's in a multi-tool form or just, a basic set of pliers. You can use this set of pliers for just about anything, almost. Anything they can do, pretty much. You've seen me use them probably to take out hooks from fish, if I can get it out with my fingers. I've cut line. I've pulled stuff out of tires. I've had cans stuck in the ground where I've been metal detecting, and I've yanked the cans out with this. I've cut wire. I mean, obviously this little slot here, you can fit bigger bolts. I've cranked on some pretty good sized bolts with this thing. They open pretty wide, and it's still just just as good as the day I bought as it was the day I bought it. And it's only been like a year, like I said, and this thing is broke in well good, but it's still in just perfect condition after I've put it through so much. Like, yanking stuff out of tires can be pretty stressful on it, and they're still perfectly straight, no blemishes, no nothing. It's a Leatherman. It's made in America. What do you think it's gonna do? Break? Gotta love made in America. Moving on to the next part, we have the screwdriver, obviously, and the thing I love, I keep dropping it. I'm sorry, and I put my fingers in front of the screen, so let me just go ahead. Well, this is stuck. Hold on. There we go. Now y'all are dark. Can you see in the dark? I don't think you can see in the dark right now. But it's a replaceable bit, or an interchangeable bit, is what I'm going to say. It's got a Phillips and a flathead. That comes stock with it. And, I mean, look at how they've been wore out from being interchanged and out a lot, If it's so focused, I mean, look at that thing. That thing's in mint condition. I've put it on star bolts. I've done, just about everything with that thing. And then the flathead, obviously, is a flathead. Not much stuff to use on flatheads, other than a few things. But incredibly, incredibly useful. I remember when I bought this camper and I got home, there was actually a part over there at the water heater that needed a screw put back in it. And I thought, well, I'll have to go get a screw. And then I was like, no, I've got my Leatherman. I'll just use it. It's so convenient to have just literally a toolbox in your pocket is what this is. That's all it is a toolbox in your pocket. It's crazy. I never go anywhere without this thing. And then you got a bottle opener, which is basically a bottle opener. I don't drink pop, and I don't drink beer, so I don't hardly use this thing. I'll drink a Sprite every now and then, and I'll maybe get one at the store that's got a bottle cap, and I'll pop it off with that. But other than that, this gets no use, other than maybe 1 or 2 times I've needed to open a can or something, and I've used this to just pop it off, Or somebody else has a pop or something like that has a bottle cap, and I'll just go, good to go. Actually, this is also a can opener, which I never did try. I wanted to try it, but I never did. If I eat tuna later, I might, or no, not later. If I eat tuna one day this week, I'll use this to open the can. But I'm sure the cat will want to eat the tuna too, so I'll probably have to give up half the can. Anyways, on to the next part. Okay, now we're on the other side. All the other parts were on this side. Now we are on this side, obviously. And you have a full pair of scissors that just fold right out. It's not much to say other than scissors. Like, you have a pair of scissors in your pocket. Nice. I've used this for delicate things. Like, you can mainly use this for, like, notching your deer tags. Maybe opening a package that maybe there's something in you don't want to break by accidentally cutting through it with your knife, and you use this. As you can see, it's got some, well, it's not even really that damaged. It's just well used. I've used this thing for a lot of things. When I eat popcorn, I mainly like to, take a pair of scissors and cut around the top. That way I don't get butter and stuff all over my hands and everything. You don't want to get, especially if you have any, like, cuts or stuff like that. You don't want popcorn butter. That's a very unusual reason to use this thing, but, unless you want to clean butter out of your Leatherman, But that's got its use. I mean, it's a very strong pair of scissors. I've cut some little, like, small tubing with it, I think, one time. And I've cut some other things. Oh, I've cut soldering wire with it, I think. You're probably not supposed to cut soldering wire with one of these, but I did, But yeah, if there's any other reasons you can think to use a pair of pliers in your pocket, go ahead and tell me, and we'll move on to the next part. And boom, now we have a pair, not a pair, but a small eyeglass screwdriver. Now I don't have glasses, but I do wear sunglasses, and tightening them up sometimes, you need to tighten them up. Like they get really loose, and they kind of want to be real wobbly or whatnot, and you need to tighten them up, and this is good for it. And this thing here, I thought I broke it the other day trying to pry something off the wall, and I took it out, like I got my cousin to pull it out, and he was like, "It's not bent." I was like, "Yeah, it's perfectly straight," and it is. It's very durable considering I ripped something off of a wall with it, and it's still perfectly straight. I'd say that's pretty daggone durable to be such a little thin piece of metal, but it's also interchangeable, just like the other side. In the other side, it has a Phillips head. So nice. Not much more to say about this. It has its intended use, and you can do that with it or whatnot. Oh yeah, and while I'm getting ready to put it up, you can also use this to like you get them little electronics that have them reset buttons. You can use that for that too. It's really thin, so it's good for that too. Then we have this thing. I mainly use this thing as a pry bar, as not much as a screwdriver, and that's what it is. It's basically a pry bar, and you can put the Leatherman. I don't want to scratch up my table too much here, so I'll go ahead and close it. And I've got it so broke in that I can close it one-handed. You just saw that, so well, you didn't see it, but I done it off camera. But I did it with one hand. But that's what that's mainly for right there. It's like a pry bar. You can use it as a screwdriver if the screw is big enough, but if you need to pry something up, like a hubcap, or if you need to pry up like a staple or something like that, pry. Maybe there's a nail bent over that you can't quite get out. You can pry up with that, get it out. Other than that, I think that's about... Oh, yeah, this part here. This is like a wire stripper, I think, is on this. Yeah, that's a wire... I think it's a wire stripper, but I'm not sure. But you should be able to put wire in there to strip the end of it off, like for electrical work and stuff like that. I've never used it for that, but I'm sure you can use it for that. Anyway, that's that part. Now on to this. This is the measuring mechanism on it. Now, this is the centimeter side. This is the inch side. You have... How many inches? Oh, it starts at 1 right here. So you have... It's about 8 inches like this. So, 1 to 8 over here. It's a little ruler, if you need to measure small stuff. Or, It's not like you're going to use it to measure a house or something like that, Like if you're building a house. You're not going to use it for that. But that's something, just if you need to measure something small real quick, that's good to use for that. I've used that before, like on crankbaits when you need to get a specific size, that may not have it on the packaging or something. I don't really know why. I'm just kind of trying to think of a reason that you would use that. But anyway, it's got a measuring tool in it that's centimeters and inches. So, alrighty, and that's going to do it for my review of the Leatherman Wave. I don't go anywhere without it. I just keep it in my pocket wherever I go. Whether I go fishing, whether I go hunting, whether I go metal detecting, it's in my pocket. If I go downtown to Chick-fil-A, it's in my pocket. I've always got it with me. It's just that toolbox in your pocket that I said earlier. It's a very good tool. If you want one, I recommend it. So, I thought of this video and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Now it's been almost 20 minutes of filming here. So I've got a lot to edit out. So I'm going to get off here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.